Hey guys, it's me again in Kabashed. This one, again, I've got a special figure early release for you guys. Again, I'm not anybody special, but what it is somehow Hong Kong actually gets these figures early. And I like to surmise maybe the reason is because we're so close to manufacturing based in mainland China. And also when you actually have a big box store like Target, or in this case Amazon, when you have an exclusive in the rest of the world, what happens is when Hasbro sent it to them, they actually have to go through a distribution center, and then once they get to a distribution center, they have to run through some procedures, so on and so forth, before they could actually then distribute to the store, which then they have a official release date, whatever, they put it on stores. In this case, it's a mom and pop store that I always get from. It's called Freeway Toys in Hong Kong. It's actually a very small store. And, you know, I think that once they actually get just a handful of these things. Once they get it, they just put them up on the shelves. And then they put it up on the Facebook. And in this case, when I saw it on the Facebook page, I went there immediately the next day. Before the store opens, usually, but in this case I was like half an hour late, like 10:30, and it's already been sold out, so they don't get much of it. But fortunately the night store owner was able to contact Hasbro for more stock, and then they get it the next day. And so here you go. As you could tell, so this is an official Hasbro release. You see over here it says basically it has the address of Hasbro's headquarters in Hong Kong. So this is an official release. Nobody's snuck it out the factory or anything. There's just no funny business here. Only issue in getting these figures in Hong Kong and is that we actually have to pay like a slight premium depending on the figure. Some figures actually get sold for like $40-50 off the bat. For this one, I think it was around like $30-ish because it's considered import. Right, but at the same time, it only this store gets the stuff that early. They're really reliable with that, so they get to kind of name the price themselves. But mind you, they're not scalpers. They're actually a very good store to get the stuff in. But everybody in Hong Kong needs to pay a little premium for the stuff, unless it's on clearance. So, anyways, enough of that babble. So here. Let me show you the package. Artillery Stormtrooper. It's in the Mandalorian show. And in the back, just to quickly read it, right? So, specialist soldiers in the Imperial Forces. Artillery Stormtrooper carry specialized soldiers. Specialized in direct fire weapons like mortars onto the battlefield. And when I first saw this trooper, it's actually quite cool. I'm just like, wow, it's a yellow variant of the incinerator trooper, and I was immediately thinking they are going to make a figure of this. They're still going to do it, so I'm glad they finally did. And somehow we got it like 6 days after it was announced, so it's amazing. But anyways, for those of you who haven't gotten it yet, I just want to show you what it's like. So stay tuned. So this is just to quickly show you guys what you get out of the packaging. A lot of people I forgot this, the most important part over here. So what a lot of people has touted and very excited about this figure is the amount of accessories that it gets. Of course, you get the mortar over here and the mortar thing over here. And the way it is this little ball joint over here is quite tight. This is actually quite loose. And it has a tendency to fall. Hold on, please. Fix this thing. There you go. So that's the issue here. This thing actually do come off over here, and it's really kind of dependent on this thing to kind of stand and this thing to keep it from falling down. But it's okay. It's casted out this kind of plastic. As you could see over here, it's not the most cleanest cast ever, as with most Black Series, but it's doable, And over here, you get the grenade over here, and I guess like there's many pictures of it being put in there, but I guess it's just stuck in there. Yeah, that's what it is over here. You get 4 extra ones in the backpack, and I checked it. These are actually not stuck or glued in there. You could actually can remove this. So here's the backpack, the view of the backpack over here. There are 2 extra grenade looking things over here. Again, no special weathering or anything, and you could just basically just pop this in there like this. There you go. Here you go. And that's the way it looks like. And then once you get that, you get the standard blaster, as with everything else. And you get the figure, which is, as everybody knows, it's the new Stormtrooper mold, which again is probably one of the best things that happened in Black Series lately. I love this one, and I'm so glad they actually go with this. There's no reason why they should go with the old mold, but of course, you know, sometimes Hasbro do things that you can't. They do some questionable, strange stuff before, so. So anyways, let me just kind of put everything on and then show you a comparison. Okay, so I've got everything. I put the backpack on, and I immediately realized that there's something I don't like about this backpack, and let me show you. So when you put it on, what it is all this is basically, I guess they try to retain as much of this as possible, and they have this circular thing, and then a little slot over here, and of course this corresponding over here, and it just doesn't quite fit well. I don't know why. It's just kind of loose, right? So first of all, it takes a while for me to get it there. Okay, so you get it down here, and then any type of slight movement, it will usually get disengaged. So, you know, you kind of articulate a couple of times, and already kind of, see, there you go. Okay, guys, this is starting to be a pattern. Every single video, I always have to drop something, right? So here it is. At least I got it over with. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the major faults I have over here, and perhaps I might even consider gluing it. Because I just don't like things falling apart, and I would rather, if that's the way Motor Trooper's designed, then I would rather just have it like that. But other than that, it's a great figure. I'm going to bring in his cousin over here, which is this thing. This thing is absolutely amazing. I just love this. When I first saw it in the Mandalorian show, I was like, wow, the way he's posing with one of his things over his shoulder. I'm not going to try it right now, but it is absolutely amazing. And so anyways, you could notice that just like this, actually, if you could tell, the paints actually have, to my knowledge, it doesn't have any weathering or any type of weathering effects over here like this one, right? This one has this sort of like the paint's kind of chipped off, although that's pretty much the weathering it gets. Doesn't have any smut, smut. Doesn't have any soot in there. Of course, the difference in design is that this actually then has a harness, secondary harness to it that's attached to the backpack. This figure is just even the design of this is phenomenal, and I like the way the yellow kind of distinguishes itself. But this, I just love the red over here because it kind of looks almost like, you know, this is almost like raw flesh, right? And this looks evil. This one, it just looks kind of like I don't know, like a sports team or something like that. They just kind of did a different paint scheme. So there you go. But the paints, other than that, other than the non-weathering, the chipping of the paint, it's exactly the same. So again, that's pretty much it over here. And there isn't much to say about this figure. I'm actually happy with the amount of accessories here. And here I'm going to kind of talk about accessories and my personal philosophy on it. And there are many people who loves accessories. They're always faulting figures for not having enough accessories, not enough switchable hands, or they have a beer mug in a scene, and then they said they should have had the beer mug and all this accessories. I personally like my figures very simple, and I don't want to be keeping my accessories in a separate bag and all that stuff. This is the case where the accessories, aside from the fact this thing falls off, but works. I like, of course, as a mortar trooper, we have to have this extra bit over here. There's no way around it. I actually think that this might be a little bit superfluous. Let me see later on if I could actually store this on here. Maybe there is a way to do it, but so far I can't identify it. Maybe, but anyways, I'll let you guys know if I can. But I like the fact that everything could be stored away neatly. Another great example of accessories done well is the Rebel Hoth Trooper. It has an extra face, right? And it has a scarf, and you could configure it in certain ways that you can have multiple. You could army build with it, and the face could actually be stored in the backpack. This to me is great accessories design because there's a point to it, which is to army build, and they could also store it away neatly without having to store it separately. Now, this is only my opinion. I know that there's a lot of people who loves to get their money's worth, and I'm not telling Hasbro don't produce more accessories, because I'm sure, like, a lot of people hate me for it. But I personally like it simple. But I think that I'm not the only collector in the world over here, so I know that for most customers, options are better than no options. So I'm cool with them having accessories. Just for me, I'm not so obsessed with the amount of accessories. Oh wait, actually, just quickly, just one quick difference between this and this figure is, as you can see, this thing actually goes up more. This thing actually cuts off a little bit lower in the paint scheme over here. So there is a difference in here. So aside from the no weathering, I'm sure this paint scheme, it's still, there's still some variations on there. They have to do a new paint scheme on it. So anyways, I digress. But again, I'm happy with the accessories that they have, except for the part that falls off and I have to find a way to fix it. But in most cases, I see that sometimes they, just for the sake of having accessories, I don't think you need it. But at the same time, Hasbro keep on producing more because most people like it, and I recognize that. So anyways, that's my piece on it. But so without further ado, I'm going to end this video right now, but I'll just here to just quickly show you a figure that I'm sure a lot of people would love to get their hands on, and I'm sorry I happened to get mine early, but I hope that I could share this visually with you, and I'm sure everybody's going to get it, aside from the fact that the backpack just is kind of loose. Other than that, it's a great figure, and yeah, I'm happy I got it. So until next time.